I'm Ellis Martin. In this segment of the Ellis Martin Report, I speak with Mike Sieb, president of Getchell Gold Corp, trading on the CSE as GTCH, and in the U.S. on the OTC as GGLDF. Getchell Gold is primarily directing its efforts on its most advanced stage asset, Fondaway Canyon, a past gold producer with a significant in-the-ground historic resource estimate. To date, the company has defined at its Fondaway Canyon project and indicated an inferred resource of over 2 million ounces of gold. And that may be just the beginning. Mike Sieb is a senior executive with over 30 years of strong corporate and project management experience in international mining and exploration across multiple commodities and jurisdictions. Mike, welcome back to the program. It's been a while since we've chatted. What have you been doing?
Yeah, thanks, Ellis. Thanks for having me back. It has been a while. I think it's been about a year since we chatted, and a lot of good things have happened to the company and the main project, the Fondaway Canyon Gold Project in Nevada.
I understand you've got an updated resource, a recent preliminary economic assessment, a PEA for the Fondaway Canyon Gold Project, combined, inferred, and indicated 2.3 million ounces of gold. That is significant, sir.
It definitely is, and we've demonstrated some significant value add over the last year with our revised resource estimate that it significantly improved the previous resource. And one thing to highlight right now is that it's still wide open. Along strike, down dip, up dip, there's more drill targets than we can possibly drill. This is like a wide open, still it feels like a new discovery. And what we've been doing for the last year is we've been trying to convey the value in this project. And when we came out with our preliminary economic assessment just recently, with a very conventional operation, straightforward, simple, low capital expenditure, and a conservative discount rate, with a 10.5-year mine life, it's over $500 million net present value.
We're seeing an upswing in the market, to say the least, and I'm being very conservative with that statement. We're at about, as of this broadcast, somewhat over $2,900 US in gold, and the equities still have not caught up to the commodity itself. There's a huge swing that can happen between the two, and I think we're starting to see it in the equities and your share price at 25 cents. And I'm saying this, you can't, and I'm biased because you're a paid sponsor of the program. At 25 cents, I think there's a tremendous amount of upside, especially as we shine a light on this recent preliminary economic assessment in the state of Nevada, where you can really work year-round.
Oh, no, absolutely. When you look at the numbers, US dollars, just our resource, we're trading at $10 an ounce. And anybody who has any understanding of valuation and the history of gold exploration and potential mergers and acquisitions know that that $10 level is woefully undervalued, and there's incredible upside for the investor. The investors have done well if they've invested in the producers because they're the first tier of companies that will react to the price of gold. But the next level down, the companies that have the real bona fide assets that people are going to be coveting here in a very short period of time, they still haven't reacted yet. And what I've been doing over the last year is I've been positioning Getchell Gold Corp and the Fondaway Canyon Gold Project to basically fit that position, to be ready and willing to have that understanding, that perception, that realization of how much potential value there is. And I think we're going to see a very strong reaction in our share price here in the coming year.
I think when it comes down to producing gold at today's prices, you're at about $1,189 an ounce to produce an ounce of gold that today is worth about $2,900, and who knows what it will be worth in 6 months or a year. With open pit, it's almost a no-brainer.
That's the beauty of the operation, is that the way the conceptual mine plan has been structured here. It's very straightforward, 8,000 ton per day open pit operation. You're getting at the bottom end of the economics there, as well as you're going to be able to take advantage of this phenomenal gold price. It's very realistic. It's exactly where you want to be, and it's the potential profit range that is going to be attracted to a lot of mid-tier producers.
I've been talking about this on the radio quite a bit lately, especially here in South Florida. We're just about 2 miles away from Mar-a-Lago with our studio, and I've been talking about how our president, back in his first administration, was touting the possibility of bringing back the gold standard, and I'm thinking he's been talking about it recently, that it could actually happen, and what that would do to our business. The price of gold, for instance, probably hit $5,000 or $6,000 an ounce, and that's a very forward-looking statement on my part. You won't make that statement, but I will. What are your thoughts? Certainly you've thought about this.
Oh, I have, and when the price of gold has been, in my opinion, it it has been suppressed. And right now, it's just working its way to what the potential true value of gold is when you look at it on a global scale and consumption and utilization, and how little gold is being held by the global powers today. I think we're just seeing the start of what the price of gold can get to. And when you look at projects like Fondaway Canyon and you think about what the actual value, the dollar value in the ground is, and how it can be released and how we can profit from it, that's a pretty nice future we're looking at.
Recently, I did a rant about how most of the mining operations in the U.S., Canada, Australia, and all over the world are really run by Canadians and Australians. And most, if not all, of our mining clients are run by Canadians, such as yourself. And these projects in the U.S., why is that? Does it go back to 1850 and the British in British Columbia bringing mining to the continent?
I would have to lean towards yes for that answer. I think when you go back, that's where the origins of the main thrust for exploration and gold comes from. So there is that original source and history to it. Of course, it has expanded now on a global scale. But yeah, we love gold. We move fast. We try and get and find the opportunities, and that's what we do. And so, yeah, we have a long history of it, and we understand it.
And there's zero animosity between Canadians and Americans working in this business. Whatever's been happening politically, it doesn't really affect us at all, does it?
No, it doesn't. We're a Canadian company, but we're focused in Nevada. We have individuals that are U.S. based. It is a Nevada project, and we have a fairly sizable percentage of our shareholders that are U.S. Probably about 35% of our shareholders are U.S. We cross the border. There's really no border in regards to what our operation and our business plan is.
And you trade here in the U.S. on the OTCQB under the symbol GGLDF, which means anybody can buy the stock either through their broker, or what I like to do is just go online and use some of the portals that we have here in the U.S. to buy stock. It's certainly easy to buy your stock. And also in Canada, you trade up with the CSE, which is an amazing exchange. They're very accessible to those people, and it's really easy to do business in Canada on the CSE.
Yeah, no, you see both very active markets across the borders. It's a boon to us, and it's also a boon to the potential individuals that want to invest in companies such as ourselves with like such high upside potential and real foundational value.
We've got a great PEA. It's coming into spring in about a month or so. What are the plans for Getchell? Are you going to be drilling this year?
Oh, it's going to be a good year this year. We're basically launching off of a very robust preliminary economic assessment that is still extremely on the conservative side of the equation. Anybody who takes a look at us will determine rather quickly that we're extremely resilient on the downside and we have phenomenal upside potential. It's a really good investment to look at. But this year, we're going to raise additional money. We're planning a 4,000 meter drill program to expand the resource even further. If anybody wants to look at our news and look at the preliminary economic assessment, there's areas right along strike the deposit and actually internal to the deposit as well inside the conceptual pit that we can add gold in the ground, ounces in the ground. And so our game plan this year is basically just to show that a preliminary economic assessment was just a snapshot of the value. And we're looking at coming out with a second iteration, another preliminary economic assessment next year with bigger and better gold numbers, still with the exact same overall operation that'll end up increasing the bottom line without working too hard at it. And we did use a very conservative gold price in our original analysis. Yeah, there's incredible upside. We're going to be active. News is going to be coming out. It's going to be a good year for us, and I'm hoping for a good year for investors as well.
Mike, I can't think of a better outlook for Getchell Gold and you and 2025 and for potential investors. It's been great catching up with you. I look forward to our next chat. Thanks for joining me today.
And as always, thanks, Ellis.
I've been speaking with Mike Sieb, president of Getchell Gold Corp, trading on the CSE as GTCH and in the U.S. on the OTC as GGLDF. Find the company on their website, GetchellGold.com. Getchell is spelled Getchell, GetchellGold.com. I'm Ellis Martin.
Subscribe to the Ellis Martin newsletter. It's free. Go to ellismartinreport.com and fill out the quick and easy pop-up form.